I am going to ask you a very simple question. Suppose an astrologer is looking about someone's marriage. He will look into D1, all the things that is needed to be looked into D1, he looks at them. And then he directly jumps from the birth chart, that is the D1 chart, or the Rashi chart, to the Navamsha chart, or the D9 chart. Why do you think he directly moves from D1 to D9 and not to D10 and all other charts? I hope you have all heard about Rashi Tulya Navamsha or Navamsha Tulya Rashi. But rarely do you see people speak about mapping of the divisional charts, any divisional charts. But today's topic is Navamsha. Let's talk about Navamsha. No, I am not talking about dividing a Rashi into 9 equal parts. That is your Navamsha, right? Dividing a Rashi 30 degrees into 9 equal parts gives 3 minutes, 3 degrees, 20 minutes. That is your Navamsha. Amsha. I'm not talking about that. I am talking about the house mapping. And it is one of the most rarely discussed thing in our community. For example, the 10th house of your D1 chart maps to the second house of your Navamsha chart. Now, everybody just go and look into the second house of your D9 chart or the Navamsha chart. You will find the planet sitting over there, the Rashi over there, or both planets and Rashis. Rashi and the planet sitting over there will determine your career. You will find the similarity. So if you map the Navamsha maps to the 11th house from the 9th house of your D1 chart. I'm going to repeat this statement again. The Navamsha chart maps to the 11th house from the 9th house of your D1 chart. And what is the 11th house from your birth chart? 9th house birth chart? It's the 7th house. The house of your spouse, of your marriage, of your partnerships, any partnership, be it legal or be it your personal. So that is why we move from D1. After looking into D1, we move directly into the D9. I have talked about the second house. Have you checked that? The second house is also one of the most misunderstood house in the Navamsha. You see, the second house, as I've told, looks into the profession, the kind of profession you do. Forget about detail. Look into D9 second house. But it also states about your second marriage. Not only that, it has also the potential to break your first marriage. So the second house of the Navamsha looks into your career, your second marriage, and also the potential of whether your first marriage will break or not. And also it has something which is known as Indra dosha, but we are not going to detail about that. In this video, we are going to understand two major principles. I've already discussed about the mapping, though I am not going to show the mapping over here. It is exclusively for my classes. And if you want, you can take my Navamsha course, which is currently live. It will start from September next month. So you can contact me in my WhatsApp or you can email me for the details. Now, in this video, I'm going to explain one of the most interesting facts that everybody, every consultation that I do asks one question. How will be my dasha? Is it good? Is it bad? Is it mixed? Today, I'm going to show you how to look into that aspect and confirm it from your D9 chart. Your D1 and D9 works in coalition. So you have to understand how a dasha will manifest. Like every other video of mine, I will take a chart to explain to you, maybe a two, so that you are cleared whether your dasha will be good or bad or mixed. Before chart example, let us understand a very important concept. See, every divisional chart is ruled by some deities. And Navamsha, there are 3 deities. First is Devata or Devas, then there is Manushyas, and there is Rakshasas. Now, don't be scared about hearing the name Rakshasas. These are personal traits. They has got nothing to do with the demons. Let us understand what is Devta first. Those who are influenced by Deva are the seekers of light, wisdom, and knowledge. Now, as I have told, this is not about the deities in the conventional sense, but they are the temperament. So, individual who has got strong Deva influence in their chart are often working towards the welfare of others and maintaining a sattva gun, that is the quality of harmony, balance, and purity. Then comes Manushya. Manushya are focused on pursuit of wealth and resources. They are grounded, pragmatic, and they are very much into this material world. People with dominant Manushya in their D9 chart are often very practical, resourceful, and are very much driven to achieve the tangible success and prosperity in their lives. What is Rakshasas? See, Rakshasas are those who are influenced about seeking power and challenging the status quo. Remember that Apple ad, that square peg in a round hole or round peg in a square hole, something like that. So, those are the Rakshasas. They have a strong desire to assert their individuality, rebel against the conventional norms, and make a significant impact on the society. Rakshasas are often the leaders that pave new path and are afraid to forge ahead despite resistance. So, how do we calculate this Devta, Manushya, or Rakshasa? See, every good software will tell you which Amsha it is, but I am going to tell you how to calculate it. We have got three types of signs or rashis. First is the movable sign or the charas. They are Aries, Cancer, Libra, and Capricorn. Second is the fixed signs or the sthira signs, that is Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius. The third is the Diswabhava or the dual signs, or somebody tells as mutable signs. These are Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, and Pisces. Now, suppose if your planet is placed in the movable signs, that is, suppose it is placed in Aries. And when we divide Aries into the Amshas, like every division will have 9 Amshas because 9 equal part. The first Amsha will be Deva, second will be Manushya, third will be Rakshasa. Then again Deva, Manushya, Rakshasa, and so on. For the fixed signs, first will be Manushyas, then will be Rakshasas, then Devtas, then again Rakshasas, and the set goes on for the 3 times. For the last sign, that is the movable or the Diswabhava signs, the first Amsa will be of Rakshasas, the second will be of uh, Devas, third will be of the Manushas, and so on. Repetition of that in 3 times. So now let us move into the chart and understand how it is done. Suppose let us take this chart. This is a chart of no one, nobody. This is the current chart that I have taken. If you want to check the birth data, uh, if you want to check the birth data, you can check the birth data. It's August 7th, 2026, night at 1:29 or 1:30. So this is where I'm doing the video for you guys. So like it, please. Jokes apart, let us see how to calculate Manushya, Rakshasa, and Devta. Let us take the Lagna of the ascendant. What is the Lagna degree? The Lagna degree is 22 degrees, 32 minutes, 54.51 seconds. Now, for the simplicity's sake, let us take 22 degrees. And what we need to divide? We need to divide by 3.33. You will get something 6.66, something like that. And that is in the 7 Amsha. So the ascendant is falling on the 7th Amsha. Now, let us check the ascendant sign The ascendant sign is 2, that is Taurus. And what is Taurus? Taurus is a fixed sign. And you all know for the fixed sign, the starting is Manushya, then Rakshasa, then Devata. Then again Manushya, Rakshasa, Devata, and so on. So what is the seventh Amsha? This is the first Amsha, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, and the seventh is what? Manushya. So the deity of this ascendant, this person's ascendant is Manushya. Let us check if my calculation is right or wrong. See, this is J Hora software. And if you follow my cursor, if you go to the Amsha rulers, if you click over there, you will find all the Amshas. See, the Lagna is in Manushya Amsha. So my calculation is correct. Right, and I know how to calculate. Jokes apart. Now, let us take another example. Let us take, for example, uh, another sign. Let's take moon. Moon is in Aries, which is movable. Chara, right? Now, moon degree is 29 degrees, 45 minutes, 42.12 for our simplicity. Let me take it as 29 degrees. And if you divide it into 0.3.33, you will get the ninth Amsha, the last of the Amshas. So, this is what movable. For movable sign, you know, the starting is always with Devas, then Manushyas, then Rakshasas. So what is the ninth? Ninth is also Rakshasas because it is repeating in 3. You can do it yourself, right? So if you see, now let us check. Moon, moon, moon. See, it is in Rakshasas. So this is how you can see which Amsa your planet belongs. With DT, your planet belongs. Now, why this is important? Because there is a sutra to it. What is the sutra? The sutra states, if your check your ascendant DT and check your ninth house DT. Ninth house is your ultimate dharma. Ninth house is your ultimate dharma. The ruler of the ninth house, check the ruler of the ninth house DT. So, and also ninth house is also the house of your luck. I would say Bhagya, the portion that is allocated to you. Now, if the ascendant DT and the ninth house lord's DT are same, suppose both are Devta, then it is an excellent thing. Then what you want and what your Bhagya is, both are aligning. If suppose they are not, if suppose your ascendant is of Devta and your ninth house is of Rakshasas, so you will want to lead a Sattvic life. But your Bhagya will only pay you if you are that ambitious in life, that rebel, and all those things that I've told in Rakshasas. So even if you don't like that part, even if you don't like that part from your heart, you have to do it. Go and check in your horoscope and you will find whether you are following your heart's message or you are following your ninth house Bhagya's message. Everybody will say the ninth house sign, ninth house lord will reflect the Bhagya. Yeah, that is true. This is much more refined than that. And you know what? An interesting thing. See, here the moon, which is in the 12th house in Aries, has moved into the 6th house in the sign of Sagittarius. This moon will have a nakshatra. will have a degree. Because it is placed in a zodiac, it should have a degree, and that degree will have a nakshatra. So we can refine our search like that, but that is a very advanced topic, not today's topic. Today's topic was about whether my dasha will be good, whether my dasha will be bad, or it will be mixed. So you can check it out by yourself. You know the Devta and the Rakshasa concept. Now, let us move into this chart. This is a fantastic chart. I'm not going to do the calculations of Devta and Manushya. I will be directly moving into the Amsha houses, and then we will be seeing it. See, the ascendant of this person lies in Cancer, and it is in 22 degrees. And you will find the Amsha is of that of Deva. The Lagna is Deva. So he should be, his heart should always be into the Sattvic mindset. And what is his ninth house lord? Ninth house lord is Jupiter, right? And look at Jupiter. Jupiter is also Deva. Excellent. So his Bhagya as well as his ascendant lord are following the same Deva. But the question is, what the Dasha says? I think you all know this person. This person is the former Chief Minister of Odisha, Naveen Patnaik ji, and he served the longest Chief Minister from 2000 to 2024. Now let us check the dashas between that time. When he was into the cabinet ministry, he was it was in Saturn dasha, and you will find Saturn is in which Amsha? Saturn is in Manushya Amsha. There is a conflict. There is a materialistic gain. And let us see, and in Mercury, Mercury is a special case after Saturn. Let us study Saturn first. When he became the chief minister, before that he was cabinet minister. See, Saturn is MKS. Saturn is MKS. First house Saturn is Maran Karakasthana of Saturn. That is the significator of Saturn suffers over here. And where is Saturn in the Navamsha? Saturn has moved into the 11th house of Navamsha in an unfriendly sign. In an unfriendly sign of Mars with Moon. But he was the cabinet minister. How? Before answering how, let us move into the next, when he became the chief minister. This is also very interesting. See, Mercury is in Libra in 4th house along with Mars and Jupiter. Is Mercury a good planet for the Cancer ascendant? No. Mercury is obviously not a very good planet for the Cancer ascendant because it rules two, that is the 12th house as well as 3rd house. Though Marakam, Na Marakam, I'm not going into that. But Mercury is not a very good planet for this ascendant. And let us check the condition of Mercury in the D9. Mercury is debilitated in D9. Oh my God. Though the house was friendly, it was with Jupiter, but it was in youth with Mars, and Mercury is debilitated in D9. And see, Mercury is in Rakshasa. And if what I have told you, Deva and Rakshasas are in conflict. And you will find that the Mercury Dasha will be extremely bad. Is it extremely bad? No, it is not extremely bad. He became the chief minister during this time. The longest serving till 2024. So, how is this possible? Have you ever asked? Now, if we look into it, it is very, very interesting. For that, we have to learn another concept, but I am going to tell you very short. See, his Lagna Lord is in the 12th house. There is a thing which is known as Arudha Lagna. And I am quite confident that 30% of the astrologers ignore this Arudha Lagna in their predictions. Arudha Lagna is one of the most important things. Now, what is Arudha Lagna? Lagna is what is you. Arudha Lagna is what you are to the world. How world sees you. For example, someone is a very wicked person, very cruel person, and he always wears a orange cape with malas and doing japas. The world thinks that he is a sadhu. That is his Arudha Lagna. What the world sees him as a sadhu. But inside, he is a very cruel person. Now, how to check the Arudha Lagna? Arudha Lagna is something is that you have to check which is the Lagna Lord. And from Lagna, how many houses the Lagna Lord is sitting. Here, the Lagna Lord is sitting in the 12th house. Then from the Lagna Lord, you count 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So this house becomes, 11th house becomes the Arudha Lagna. Let us take an example over here very quick, because this is not a concept that I thought that I will be telling you, but the example chart has forced me to do it. Suppose you are Gemini ascendant and your Mercury is in the third house. So it is third from third. So Mercury, we have to count 3 from Mercury. 1, 2, 3. This will become your Arudha Lagna. 4, 5, 6, 7. Your Libra will become your Arudha Lagna. Clear? Now there is an exception for Arudha Lagna. What is that exception? The exception is that your Arudha Lagna cannot be your first house or your 7th house. For that, you have to count 10th from there. Clear? Now, suppose again for the Gemini, suppose your Gemini Mercury is over here. So it is 7th. And if you count 7 from here, it is coming to the Lagna. Arudha Lagna cannot be in the first house or in the 7th house. So you have to move 10 houses from there. So 10 houses, the 10th house of Pisces will be your Arudha Lagna. Now, if your Mercury was over here, then you will see that it falls into the 7th house. Then count 10 from the 7th house. This house itself becomes your Arudha Lagna. 4th house becomes your Arudha Lagna. So Arudha Lagna is basically how the world sees you. And this is very, very important. He might have faced internal struggles. That is a different thing because of Deva and Rakshasas. But what I have told you, Rakshasas are something which changes the status quo. Think about Odisha before 2000 and think Odisha after 2000 till 2024. It's a hell and heaven difference. So this is his Arudha Lagna. Just rotate it from the Arudha Lagna. And you will find, where is Mercury sitting? Mercury is sitting in the house of enemy. Mercury being the 5th lord and the 2nd lord is sitting in the house of enemies. So over here Mercury is debilitated. That is, his enemies are of less strength. The strength of the enemies are less. And that is why he won the election. It is not, there is a conflict, but the whole world will see what? He has been a successful chief minister. So go check in your horoscope. This concept that we are doing right now, it's very, very interesting concept. Check from your Arudha Lagna whether that thing is there. This is creating a Rajyog. What we generally say, if a planet is exalted in D1 but debilitated in D9, this is bad. But what about your 6th house, 8th house, or 12th house lord or planet is debilitated in D9. That's good. That's a Raj Yoga. So, this is how you can see whether your Dasha will run good or not. Now we have done Mercury, but we started with Saturn. We started with Saturn. Now, where was the Saturn Dasha starting? If you look into the Dashas, Saturn started in 1981. And as far as I remember, 1988 to 2000, he was in the cabinet ministry. So, see, Saturn is over here is Manushya. That is also much into the gains and profits, not rebellious like Rakshasas, but still. So there is a conflict between his Lagna Deva as well as Saturn Manushya. And let me change this to the ascendant. Saturn is MKS over here. It's the Maran Karakasthana for Saturn, as stated before. And Saturn over here is in Scorpio with Moon. Total conflict is an enemy sign. Now, again, let us check from Arudha Lagna. From Arudha Lagna, you will find Saturn is a benefic planet. It is the ruler of ninth house as well as 10th house. So, Saturn in third house is not actually that bad. It is the house of efforts. I'd request everyone to go and check their chart, which Devta the ascendant is, and which Devta the ninth house lord is. If both are same, then your internal and your Bhagya manifestation is all the same. And if there is a conflict, suppose we have seen, like we have seen that it is Devta or Rakshasa and Devta, you have to take the ninth lord first, because this is from where your Bhagya will rise. I am talking about the temperament. See, if you look into the ninth house, the planet in the ninth house, or if you do not have any planet in the ninth house, the sign lord's placement will tell from where the Bhagya will arise in the D9 chart. I am talking about the D9 chart, not the D1 chart. But this Devta will tell you the attitude that you need. Whether you need a sattvic attitude, whether you need a materialistic attitude, or whether you need the attitude of a rebel. That mentality will help you to understand the way of life much better, to understand to unlock your Bhagya. Now, for the Mahadasha part, I'm talking about the Mahadasha part. Go and check the Mahadasha Lord's DT. Is it in line with the ninth house? Okay, then your mentality or your attitude needn't be changed. Is it not according to your ninth lord or your ascendant lord? Then for that dasha, you have to adapt that Mahadasha Lord's attitude by keeping in the planets that is placed in any of the houses of the D9 chart. For example, let us say, suppose your ninth house Lord is sitting in the fourth house in D9 chart. So it is stating that your Bhagya will arise from your homeland by doing certain things related to the fourth house. But what should be the attitude? The attitude will be governed by the Mahadasha Lord. Now, secondly, you have to check where the Mahadasha Lord is from your Arudha Lagna in D1 chart. Is it supportive? And check what is the position of that in the D9 chart. Is that supportive? As seen in Mr. Naveen Patnaik's chart, it was supportive. Though Mercury was debilitated, it was supportive. Now, if you look into the Saturn, though Saturn was MKS in the Lagna, in the ascendant, in Saturn Mahadasha, he became a cabinet minister. Now, from Arudha Lagna, you will see Saturn is in the third house. So, and Saturn becomes the ninth and the 10th lord. Go back to the chart and check. So, that is not a very bad lord. For the ascendant, that is for Cancer, Saturn is actually not a very good lord. The lordship, the houses, that is the 7th and the 8th house, is not a very good house. But from Arudha Lagna, it is actually a very good house. It is the 9th house and the 10th house, sitting in the third house. Third house is the Upachaya house. And any planet, any natural malefic planets like Saturn, Rahu, Mars, sitting in third house is good as per the classics. So you have to understand not only how the planets is behaving in the Lagna, but also according to Arudha Lagna, and whether the support is there in the D9 chart. So I'm concluding this video today. See you in the next video. Om Namah Shivaya.